A lot of, kind of funnel strategy, especially with the ability to have these high damage EXP laners. It's the opportunities there. Once like the Freyas, the Paquitos, things like that, the opportunity is definitely there.
Esmeralda versus the Uranus, Diablo and Kid Bomba going up against each other here in what should be a creative and impactful EXP matchup. We'll see who can take game one here in our final series of the day. Team Ignite versus Team Spirit. Let's send it over to our casters to kick it off.
I did not expect today to be a sweep day, Gideon, and hopefully it's not on this last match today. Hopefully we get 3 games here to round out day 1 of the group stages for MSC. This draft, though, is something we have to always talk about. I mean, today has been it's been a little freaky in the draft, man.
I have to admit, it is a little freaky here, but let's see what the adjustments are going to be, right? Double fighters have come into play this time around, and I think that IG has a bit of work to do, right? First off, we're already starting on a different side of the map just in case things go wrong for Moskov. I'm looking at the emblem setup as well, and it looks to be a very, very good spread overall. We're not looking for anybody who's trying to go above and beyond with the Master Assassin on a TS side.
Even the fact that we have a gold lane Paquito, man. In the hands of Hiko, again, one of the youngest players before that came through the league, made a big statement on his first international appearance, just a couple years ago. But the thing is, now you have a Paquito in your favor. You're running this kind of double fire setup with this composition for Team Spirit. And this is what I like about where the meta seems to be going as Salo gets kicked around a little bit here by Jay. But nonetheless, with this kind of idea for a composition, this could hyper scale your lane. I think you give the grounds for your Ling to go ahead and get scaled up really quickly for Zariglis. And again, this is a player who I think a lot of people are looking forward to play. Was it just last year? But he was unfortunately not able to compete just in his MSC appearance last year. But now we get to see it in the hands of a Ling who seems to be rising in stock value right now in the current meta.
Yeah, I mean, every assassin player wants to get their hands on Ling. It's such a impactful style of hero, not only with ultra mobility, but genuinely just an absolute menace to play around. And I think that IG, the question is, how do they eventually punish Team Spirit? A lot of it, I think, has to be directed towards Sawo before level 4. After that, we don't really know, right? Somebody on the side of TS has to make that mistake unless IG can force it out of them. And for now, I don't see that happening, considering the double fighters are just good at fighting early, right? You can't win the 2v2 skirmishes anymore. Even the mid lane is a little bit hard to contest as of yet until Roy is able to find a good ult. And even then, there's only one good ult right now.
Yeah, you can see that too. Hiko just going to go ahead and cut in that wave again on the Paquito versus that Moscow matchup. It's not the normal, marksman matchup that we usually see. Good little attempt, SOD thrown out towards that purple buff. And now the turtle is up, and this is I feel like the result of just this composition. I mean, no one's committing to the turtle; they just want to make plays elsewhere.
Yeah, this is really, really interesting. Holding up the retribution, able to make this invasion happen. And I think if you're in IG's position, if you try to attempt and counter invade instead of taking the turtle, it will be too late, and Sawa will hit level 4. So at that point, you probably don't want to send too many members. Okay, Fallen Star Moon does not connect, but that's fine. Jay, good movement for now, as IG's considering how they want to approach this. Diablo's going to open up the map first. He's going to get pulled back, but eventually somebody's going to have to take this neutral objective.
This is the slowest first turtle we've had today, man. I mean, they finally go and put pressure on Sunset Lover, but still neither team seems to want us to go ahead and secure this. So meanwhile, EWC doing his thing. He's going to continue to farm up. He's got the SOD available now. So it's just resulted into no one giving it a go just yet. But now this turtle started up by Kelvin. Half health on the turtle.
All right, Fallen Star Moon already connects. Is he going to get it? Our Ego is able to steal it away, but no Fury has already been unleashed. Jay forced the flicker out there as Diablo wants to hop over the wall, takes the flicker. However, Zar chases him over, and with the help of Kid Bomba, they secure first blood.
Hiko was making his way for that fight too. If they wanted to go and collapse down, if IG didn't disengage the way they did, then that would have been really bad for IG to go in that fight. We're going to look at the replay here brought to us by SDC. Again, this turtle for the taking happens really fast. Good usage there with the retribution from Zar Igwis. And then they get into this fight that just did not favor IG in this. And they really had to burn some battle spells and, of course, their ultimates to try to survive with all they could. But unfortunately, it was Diablo to go down first.
I think it's just unfortunate that Kevin just didn't have the Sever at the right time. It got canceled out initially once the Falling Star Moon came through, and when you're in that cooldown without it, it's really difficult to actually contest for the turtle, especially when your opponent is one level ahead. For now, I mean, this is exactly what we expect from a double fighter composition. Like, these people can take damage for days, and Kim Bomba is like, I don't care unless you kick me, and there's the way of the dragon. It comes through, but no one Fury flicker forward. With the SOD already connecting, they can't get any more than this. Zawo finally getting punished. There's the Ionic Edge. Collapse on. Backline getting attacked. Bladed Tempest as well. Gets one. Looks for a second. Zariguis can't take any more damage to this, and they back away.
Well, I guess at this point you should care a little bit about what could potentially happen. You know, the kick being one of them from Jay, but it was a good attempt for things to go ahead and start. And yes, TS will go ahead and grab one themselves. But once again, take a look at the replay. There's the kick we were talking about, that way the Dragon ran on Kid Bomba. And I have to agree with you. Aside from that, this is what the double fighter allows you to do. You get a ton of information for your team because you're usually planning up in that side of the jungle of the opposing team. Now up top, again, CS really comfortably just able to go ahead and farm up. There was some attempt up there, but the rest of the team of IG is there. Conceal's going to be used now. Jay's going to go ahead and spot this out. So, again, this seems to be the case, Gideon, where it's like, if we can conceal, if we can make an attempt, we'll go for it. But right now, it's just kind of waiting here.
Oh, in trouble. CS finally goes down here. Tries to make a flicker play. Unfortunately, gets punished significantly for it.
That's one of the unfortunate things when you're up against a Ling, you know, and the packed punches of a Paquito coming through, too. Will just bring you down to half health before you know it. Now, Turtle's up. Jay giving some vision as well as Diablo. They got to go ahead and grab that purple buff. But we might just see it once again where IG wants to go ahead and take their time for this Turtle, not overly committing just because, again, the firepower-wise, they need time to go ahead and build up.
Speaking of which, I am interested in the item build in just a second here. Hasclaw done by Zara Egoist. Let's see how this is going to play out. He still has Tempest of Blades, so it's really difficult for him to actually, not miss Retribution. He hits it. Now Kevin is dead. Pretty easy work for Zara Egoist, but the rest of his team covering him. They didn't have to use too many ults, and now they get Diablo. Minoan Fury as well for the doesn't catch anybody, and that's a double for Zara. This is going phenomenally for Team Spirit.
Yeah, Team Spirit, a lot of tools in the pocket to work with, and now in the mid lane, Jay trying to keep them from taking down the tier 1 turret. He's going to take a couple shots, tries to get away too, and he'll live. But man, it's costing IG a lot in these skirmishes, and now the bottom turret will be worked on Hiko. So at some point, IG has to be able to go ahead and kind of recalculate here. As we look at the replay, once again, this was an easy objective take. Zara Egoist does win the Retribution. You know, that's one of the things, again, this is a very skilled player. He's young, he's just aggressive, likes to pick these hyperscaling heroes, and it'll come down to the Retribution where he's just able to go ahead and cap it off against Kelvin.
And there you go. You can see in that replay, he's going nice, knowing that he's done good, his due diligence, and not to mention that he is in a position to actually hard carry this game like he's meant to, right? Oh my god. They made a kick onto Watsawa's side. The puddle comes on through Soul Survey, Minoan Fury, but there's no flicker to actually make it work. The Blade of Tempest comes out, but this should be a nothing fight unless Kid Bomba makes something happen on himself.
Well, he goes in. He's going to drag him back. Jay, there's an SOD though, and they're going to follow through.
It connects good, but now they need to maintain the battle lines. If not, things are going to get worse. And Roy, he's thinking about it. He's got that Blade of Tempest, but the problem is, without the Shadow Steps, he can't pick up and actually make full use of it anyways. Now, with that being said, despite everything that has happened, 5-2, it's 4.4k at 8 minutes.
Yeah, and you see 2,000 of that 4K, Gideon, is on the jungle for Team Spirit. Zara Egoist, nearly 2,000 gold ahead right now, and that's why, one of the things they're trying to do is get this point where IG can, even out the jungle a bit, because again, even when it comes down to a level gap, that plays a part. Of course, in the 50-50 for the Retribution, it's not much of a 50-50 if you're too far down in this case. So now with this Lord being up, they got to go ahead and get position. IG has constantly tried to face off against this double fighter lineup, but they're just kind of zoned out from everything. Nice little block there, Sunset Lover. Lord will be secured for Team Spirit.
And look at him go. If Zara doesn't get an MVP title for this one, it's a bit tough to complain because, man, he's kind of doing so much, and it's great to see that the rest of his team is able to become that strong foundation for them. No one's really overextending. Nobody's like making too many mistakes. And even on the Hiko side, I think he literally is having a gold lane experience as a fighter.
Which is weird, right? Because it's like, man, I don't know if boxers are used to all this gold that he can work with, and right now with Hiko charged up, he can lead that charge because his kind of a threat, just with the nature of the way Paquito works and how he packs such a punch, is deadly enough where then again, Zara Egoist on the lane, you have kind of that freedom to just join the fight when everybody is pretty low in terms of health bars. You can go ahead and capitalize some kills. Sunset Lover, I'm surprised the Jushin hasn't been picked up as much, right? Even with her nerf a bit, she's still very valuable. Like this, I mean, you're able to go ahead and drag people back, you get the Ice Queen 1, you slow them down a bit, and now this Lord is going to charge in up the top side. Shields are popped top, mid, and bottom.
Oh! What a play coming in from Sunset Lover, taking advantage of the last hit on the stacks of the butterflies. Finds one and pulls him back. They try to get a little bit back. They have to move away. Oh my goodness, that was about to be absolutely nasty had it not
went down, but look at the lead that Team Spirit has.
Dude, that's such a good idea as well. I was paying attention to the butterfly stacks, but Sunset Lover does not miss a beat here. And as we're mentioning, oh wait, no, this should be a pretty good fight. Sunset Lover finds Jay as Diablo backs their way up, and there's just too much damage to deal with. The lead is so gigantic as we get closer to the GG number of 10k.
Did they nerf that right? No.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about right now.
Did it change up? Because, my goodness, it doesn't seem like they able to get away. Oh, Sunset Lover quite low.
Well, I mean, no Fury's good, but now Zara Ego is basically unstoppable. Everybody doesn't have the base damage to actually deal with him, and now they're going to be taking literally everything away. This is their timer. As long as they don't make a mistake, DS should find an endgame scenario in the next minute or so.
Massive lead, 11,000 up plus.
Oh my
Look
lord!
at the difference across the economy here for Team Spirit against IG. This is not looking good at all in game one. Again, we're just approaching the 12-minute mark, but it feels like, you know, for IG, they're just going to kind of try to buckle up in this game and take it for a ride.
I think IG were not prepared to deal with DS and their double fighter shenanigans here. And not to mention how polished it really is. It makes you wonder, had they just gotten rid of a couple of other picks? Maybe if they got rid of, I want to say Minotaur, but I think Jushin's a lot worse.
Yeah, maybe the Jushin right now, this is... I mean, I'd say, do they want to contest? No, you don't. When you're down this much, just let the Lord go in the hands of TS. Get ready to somehow defend. But the bad part of this is 2 of your base turrets already gone. You're down at this much gold, so your fighting prowess is pretty much non-existent right now. And even your tankier members, your tankier heroes are getting shredded down. I mean, even if Diablo tries to get in that front line, the risk of that is he's just going to get dragged through by Sunset Lover, like we've seen. And so you have to be able to buckle in on this one, because this defense, as crucial as it is, it's very dire for them. Lord is going to make its way down mid.
It really is, and I think there's a way for the entire team. If they can just zone out specifically CS, then I think they have an opportunity. But here comes the conceal. They're going to take their time to kick. It's going. It lands on the direct target, and the Fury is going to be taken away. They try to turn this around, but Zara Ego is able to find one as Ego kills Jay. And at this point, the base is already done for. A good idea.